As the Taliban is gaining ground in Afghanistan, former interpreters for the foreign troops feel increasingly worried day by day. The last international troops are set to leave the country before September 11th. Despite pledges from the White House to evacuate all interpreters, translators and others who worked with the US forces, this ex-interpreter is concerned. Ali served as an interpreter for the US forces in Kabul from 2018 until 2020.
یک دفعه خود جواب رد گرفتم دینایی گرفتم از ویزیم باز رفتم امروز اپیل کردم کیس خدا هستی despite I have a lot of strong document for visa so I still don't know why they're not provide visa for me why they always just send me a denial letter. It's not only my problem. There's thousands of other interpreters. They have the same situation like me.
Ali's mother has been anxious ever since the American president announced the full withdrawal of US troops.
I don't regret that my son worked for the United States. He fought on the right side. But now I'm worried for his safety, and I want him to get out of here. We're afraid for what will happen if the Taliban return.
Ali has carefully kept the documents he received during the 2 years he worked alongside American soldiers.
It's a certificate from my teams that I worked for more than 9 months with them. So in here, there's all my team peoples. I'm right here.
The Taliban say no harm will be done to former interpreters who show remorse. Ali does not believe a word of it.
To hear once the US troops withdraw from Afghanistan, one by one we will be get slaughtered by Taliban. Maybe the Taliban will capture us first, and after that they will torture us, and after that they will behead us, and after that they will take a video and upload it in social media.
The ex-interpreters are trying to voice their fears. Despite the risk of being targeted, they organize gatherings like this one in Kabul. An association of former interpreters of the American military initiated this movement to demand immediate evacuation from Afghanistan.
Can you write my name? I had worked for the French army in Laghman and Kandahar.
Nasser was an interpreter for the French army from 2011 till 2012. His native village is controlled by the Taliban. After being denied a visa to France 5 times, Nasser says even stepping outside his front door is dangerous.
I wear sunglasses. I cover my face and no one can recognize me. Every 2 or 3 months, I change houses. I continue to hide like this.
Suddenly, the former interpreters all stand up and appeal directly to the American president.
Joe Biden, help us!
Joe Biden recently said that no Afghans who have helped the United States will be left behind. For some, that promise comes too late.
Co-worker, Pardes, this is the Pardes. He was alive last month, and he's slaughtered by the Taliban. We thought that the US government will bring peace for Afghanistan, and we will have a stable country. The situation is worse now than past 10 years. Not only Taliban in Afghanistan, even the public hate us. They're saying you are the eyes of the Americans. You are the slave, you guys have to be killed.
In the suburbs of Kabul, Ahmad takes us to meet the brother of his friend Suhail Pardes, who was assassinated in May. Wahidullah is still in shock over the killing of his younger brother.
The Taliban followed him and made him get out of his car. They beat him first, then used a knife to cut his throat. He died there.
He can barely make ends meet, yet he takes care of the daughter of his murdered brother. Aida is 9 years old and she suffers from a mental disability. Her mother died of COVID-19 last year, 33 years old.
Every day his wife worried about her husband because he had worked for foreigners. Whenever he went out, even if it was only for 5 minutes, she would call him to be reassured. She kept telling him not to go out unless it was necessary because of the danger he was exposed to.
Every week, Wahidullah visits his brother's grave.
If nothing is done for the other interpreters, they will meet the same fate as him, because the Taliban will never forgive these people.
Hundreds of former employees of foreign troops whose visas were rejected fear for their lives. Among them, dozens who worked for the French army.